Environmental movements are bringing back reusable products. I've recently discovered for myself interlabial pads. It is designed to put in between the labia using different folds to absorb any fluid coming out from that area. It was patented in the late 90s in the USA. It was shaped a lot like nowadays tampons, only instead of putting it in the vagina, it should be positioned in between the labia. Because our bodies are different, these pads come in many different shapes, sizes, and compositions to make it easier to adjust them to the needs of our bodies. Such pads have very diverse application. First, they can be used to back up insertable menstrual products and protect from leakage. No matter how skilled you are at using menstrual discs, cups, sea sponges, and tampons, from time to time no one is insured against unexpected leakage. If you prefer using cloth pads, and there are days you are not sure how little you are going to bleed, you can combine them with ILPs, not to ruin a whole pad in case of spotting. In case of having gushing flow, especially when you get up after sitting or laying down for a while, when cloth pad may not be able to absorb fast enough, ILPs can help to slow it down and give your pad time to absorb it efficiently, as well as distribute the blood evenly over the entire length of the pad. Also, there are people who tend to bleed more in the middle or the back or the front of it, especially when sleeping and or staying in the same position for significant periods of time. With the help of ILPs, you can control and direct your flow to feel safe with your cloth pad throughout those instances. ILPs with a water-resistant layer can also be used on their own to absorb the daily discharge or urinary inconvenience. If you feel discomfort due to dryness it can cause, you can moisturize it with clean water without soaking it too much. To make such a pad yourself, first select the shape. Without limiting your imagination, you can make it in the shape of lips, leaf, droplet, even matching its shape to the fabric you selected. It's preferable to choose cotton, flannel, bamboo, or other natural materials. Cut as many layers as you need using a paper template. Then with a needle, or if you have a sewing machine, with the sewing machine, finish your pad. You can keep the pads ready in a waterproof bag with 2 separate pockets to separate used and unused ones from each other. To properly get rid of blood stains, you will need to soak them in cold water for a few hours. Scrub, knead or swish, applying some kind of detergent as needed until you see no stains. Try to avoid using too many chemicals, which will be difficult to do if you choose to wash them in a washing machine. A mesh bag will be pretty useful in that case, so that they do not get lost in the washing machine. It will also make it easy to dry them out. ILPs also can have cloth rings to thread them when drying. If for some reason you do not like the idea of washing them, you can cut out layers of fabric and without spending time on sewing them together, just layer 1, 2, or 3 pieces as needed, use once, then discard them. It is good to remember when using the toilet, there is a big risk of dropping them in there. So it's better to be careful to prevent clogging. Finally, let me remind you that anything new may seem and feel unusual at first. If you give time to your body to find the most convenient way to use the ILPs, it may become an irreplaceable and life-changing means for you.